We also have Ryan Freeman playing with us, so we're going to repeat this team.
The driving mission at Go Sports is to bring you the best paintball content and broadcast in the world, behind the scenes, in the pits, and on the field. To continue this mission, we're rolling out a renovated website platform across the board, with easier search functions and a more robust chat system for better interaction with your fellow fans. Dive farther into the game with a new integrated stats portal. Get your insight into the game anytime, anywhere, with an improved functionality across all mobile devices. Check it out now on GoSports.com. Don't miss the most important battle of the year. The best paintball teams and players in the world will be fighting for the title at the NXL World Cup, going down in Orlando, Florida, November 7th through the 10th. Broadcast live only on GoSports.com.
we started developing new teams into this woods ball format that no one was playing. So by bringing this into Mexico, we created a lot of new teams, and we were able to make a team armada. Woods ball in Mexico is not really developed, so if you want to get into real competition, you have to play X-ball, speedball. It's been running for a long time and back home. So when we come here and you see the level of the players, you know, even amateur players play great, and they play the woods, and they play hyper, and they play hybrid, whatever they play. I mean, it's awesome.
One more guy back here.
Being able to break open a game where the field's, 100 yards wide and finding a little weak spot and kind of exploiting it, like, man, to me, you don't get those opportunities anymore in X-ball, And also the risk reward in X-ball, it's just like, well, I got shot, but I'm playing in 2 minutes. It's just like, here, you get shot, you're pissed. You're waiting 2 hours to play.
Winning a 10-man event in the woods is grueling. Like, you are literally exhausted. It takes everything you got. And there's a ton of strategy and stuff, so your brain's constantly going. And physically it's demanding too. So it is an extremely hard event to win.
10-man is totally such a kind of push and pull, give and take format. And there's just infinite amount of possibilities and creativity as a result of that.
You see a lot of kind of X-ball or airball, speedball type of players that come over to the woods format and kind of struggle and don't really know how they can make an impact.
It's a very big part of what we do as a team. X-ball is the most important to us, but this has become ultra important to us as well, and we're very serious about it. We always try to field a winning team.
Winning a 10-man event in the woods is grueling. Like, you are literally exhausted. It takes everything you got. And there's a ton of strategy and stuff, so your brain's constantly going. And physically it's demanding too. So it is an extremely hard event to win.
10-man is totally such a kind of push and pull, give and take format, and there's just infinite amount of possibilities and creativity as a result of that.
You see a lot of kind of X-ball or airball, speedball type of players that come over to the woods format and kind of struggle and don't really know how they can make an impact.
It's a very big part of what we do as a team. X-ball is the most important to us, but this has become ultra important to us as well, and we're very serious about it. We always try to field a winning team. It's always a bummer when we try to put the team together and our X-ball guys couldn't make it from Infamous, and it's like we'd have like 5 or 6 guys, but then you have a few 10-man teams that bring their whole squad, and it's hard to compete. So it's really important to us to field a competitive team and gives us a larger pool of players to pull from.
Playing with guys that just love the game, respect the game, love the community, like that's everything about this game that there is to love, you know?
I've always really liked being involved in kind of the game planning side of paintball and a lot more of the kind of the mental side of it. So, you know, when you come to new teams, you kind of have to find your role of how much you want to just be a player versus trying to put your input in. But paintball's a team game, and the coaches are there to kind of lead everybody and make sure everything is just going in one direction.
Welcome to the 2021 NXL Golden State Open here at Capital Edge Paintball Park, just a little southeast of Sacramento, California. Matty Marshall got Rich Telford up here. We're going to jump into some D3 action to start out this tournament here early Friday morning. It's going to be veteran Militia Bravo taking on Classic and Sac DMG and Ripper Magoo's. So again, this is D3. We're going to have D3 for the first couple sets, and then we're going to get into the Open X-Ball. So it's an interesting story, Rich, with the Open X-Ball. With everything, of course. It's paintball. It's interesting. Some of the best divisional teams are here. Really looking forward to see what's going to happen in D2. You know, how are the Killers going to play? How's Cartel going to play? How's Notorious going to play? So, you know, we've seen some really big moves and big tournaments out of some of these divisional teams, and some of these divisional teams do want to tier up and be pro teams eventually. So really enjoy. Well, that's you would think that. Hey, look, people come to paintball tournaments for different reasons. Some people just want to go have a good time, shoot the guns.
That's me.
Tell some war stories, and some people want to get out here and grind for the win.
That's Matt.
But some of these big divisional teams that are making the trip here to California,
dude, they're playing bus here from Texas.
Yeah,
they drove the Cyclone buses here. My bus is here from Texas.
Yeah, so it's going to be a fun weekend here. And Dave Baines' field. Edmonton Impact is here. A little bit of I wouldn't say a throw-together squad, but they do have LJ Parrish from the Los Angeles Ironmen.
I think those squads are fun when you mix those guys together.
Oh, it's great.
Less pressure.
Well, we just came from the Iron City Classic, which was such an amazing event.
I still got my brace.
Yeah, talking about you know, throw together squads and playing with some different guys. I mean, it's just a really good time. So yeah, LJ Parrish will be momentarily on Edmonton Impact. He got the call yesterday. He said he was at work. He got a call from Dave, and he's like, "Hey, can you make it out here?" So yeah, so he talked to his wife. Said, "Hey, you want to go to California? When? Tonight?
Now." That's like the first time you guys had me go to France with the Ironman. You're like, "Hey, can you go to France?" I'm like, "Yeah, when?" Friday.
This weekend.
I'm like, "Oh, I don't have a passport."
Do you have a passport? Okay, we need you to drive to San Francisco to get a passport.
I saw Dave this morning. I'm like, "Thanks, Dave. I appreciate it, man." He's like, "For what, bro?" I'm like, "For this. It's amazing to have an event in Northern California. Like, it only happens once a decade or so. So enjoy.
Let's talk a little bit about this field, though, Rich. We're about to get things rolling here with veteran Militia Bravo and Classic.
You mean you like to speculate on the field, Matthew?
Yeah. Well, we haven't seen it played yet. It was a blind layout, and so
the guys who made it weren't using their eyes. They just covered their eyes completely and made layout. But they did pretty well considering they were blindfolded.
Well, I think that Jay Troz did a good job again of our commissioner, Jason Trozen, who does all these layouts. But it's after walking this field yesterday, it seems like a pretty textbook classic paintball field with a little bit of a unique snake side in the sense that it doesn't tier up. It funnels in. It funnels to the 50.
It seems to be a theme this year that we're getting those funnel.
Lots of funnel snakes. But I think that the way the D side is potentially going to play as
real fast,
out on that sideline, it's all, talk about tier, it's all tiered up. I mean, it's all mirrored up. So you can gunfight down that sideline on the D side.
Especially D side's going to be heavy gunfight.
Yeah.
Like if you're a good gunfighter and you're on your dominant side over there, it's going to be tough.
Yeah.
You're gonna you're going to blow down that tape pretty quickly. And if you lose 1 or 2 guys early here, Matty, it's going to be tough too.
So veteran militia, Bravo, and
veteran militia's got a couple of the mob guys on there. Kerrigan's on the squad, a couple other guys. Snake on the break for both teams. Veteran militia getting a check.
And we're going to see this so much. That snake is very makeable, as it looks like Cox for, I believe, veteran militia on the left-hand side of your screen, and Velez for classic. We're going to see this all weekend, man. It's going to be easy to make this snake, but who's going to run through first? And here comes Cox with a big move. He gets that first. He gets 2, so he's blowing this side open here. And point number 1 of the tournament. Nice job by Cox here.
Another one, Matty.
Oh, is he going to get himself a nice little 3-pack there?
He got him.
He definitely dotted his I for sure. And now, can he get a 4?
Oh, he got caught.
Hey, you know what, though? He did his job, but here's that counterpunch on the D side. So right now, Classic is trying to turn the tables here in this game. So as we were watching the chaos here in the snake.
2-on-2, Matty.
Classic able to bully themselves down past the 50-yard line. That's the spot you want to get. That
sure.
Right past the 50, that next Dorito.
Yeah, and if the dude's blowing through your snake, you better be in there.
Yeah, if you get into your D5, their D4, that's the key spot, because they can't live over there on the snake back corner snake side. And sure enough, that guy gets shot out. So Cox, it looked like Rich was going to completely dominate in this one. He got himself a 3-pack. Unfortunately for him, no one else on veteran militia could stay alive. It looked like that last player, Rich, was having problems as with his gun. He had no loader.
They lost home on the break, and then their guy in the temple had no gun. So basically, they were down 2 buddies on the break. And then Cox made a really good move to try to get him back in the game. But then Classic with a big move on the Drew side for the win.
So funny that's exactly what we saw in point number 1, because when we were walking this and talking about this yesterday, that's exactly what we're like. Okay, so the snake
guy's going to come here.
The snake side's going to be brutal. Lots of guys are going to get bunkered, and guys could go off over there and get some kills. However, you can't sleep on that D side. And sure enough, that's exactly what we saw in point number 1. So expect a steady dose of that. You know, it's a paintball field. There's lots of different things you can do out there, but that's pretty much textbook of what just happened in point number 1. And then if you're Cox, you got to be, 1, a little frustrated you guys couldn't stay alive, but 2, maybe a little, he did get a little sloppy in that last gunfight and got caught. He saw the blood in the water. He was sharking down the field, but he just got caught by that back guy. So that back guy kind of saved that point.
He shot 3, he needed to shoot 4.
Yeah, exactly. But then again, I mean, the guy that really won, and I couldn't read the name on his back, but whoever that front player was
D-side for Classic.
on that D side for Classic really saved that point for him. So they're going to take the early lead. Again, we're in Division 3, and thank you guys for joining us bright and early.
Super bright, super early.
Depends on where you are in the world, but here on the West Coast, it's going to be a little hot here. It's August in the Central Valley of California, so it's going to be a hot weekend, but that's why we're starting the games at 7. So jumping into the first point here with Sac DMG. They're going to be in the purple on the left-hand side and taking on the Ripper Magoos.
DMG losing their first player on that snake corner. Both teams, the guy in the snake here. Oh, DMG, lucky guy, didn't get a penalty there.
Yeah, if you're going to be a Snake 1 player here at this event, you're going to be giving and taking a lot of welts this weekend.
Yeah, you're getting lumped up for sure. So DMG still got 1 in the back center. I see 2 or 3 guys walking off, Matty. DMG lost a couple on the break. Magoos are definitely in position to win this point, pushing 2 down the Drew side, 2 live here on the Snake side.
Yeah, Ripper Magoos, better survivability for them. They're past the 50-yard line in the center. There's not a ton of options in the center. I mean, yeah.
No, there's a huge highway right through the middle of the field.
Look, like you just saw here from Ripper Magoos running through, but this field does funnel Snake side and D side. So, and it looks like Ripper Magoos got 2 players over here.
Yeah, gonna win with 3 guys left alive, 3 players left alive. Excuse me.
We got a ref grabbing a gun here. Never a good sign.
Never a good sign.
He's like, hey, Zhang. I believe that guy's name. Yeah, I'm gonna need can you give me a gun real quick? Because you either have really fast fingers or you're cheating.
Yeah, that gun sounds fast.
I don't think
it doesn't sound real.
It does sound. They're maybe shooting a little too fast. They're gonna give it another rip over here.
It's not ramping. I mean, you can't hear it engaging and going faster. I mean, to me, if you do that and you got to do it 2 or 3 times to make it do something, then just tell them, hey, turn your gun down a little bit.
Well, it did appear that Ripper Magoos. Oh, we're going to see a major penalty assessed. A gun penalty here early on at this tournament. Oh,
they're like, sorry, buddy.
Break.
Sorry.
Terrible break for, I think that was Ripper Magoos.
Yeah, I think so too, man.
Yeah, I mean, he's wearing a jersey that says Raiders on it, but you're going to see
a lot of the teams here have a couple different guys from different squads.
Yeah, I mean, Impact will have a player with an Ironman jersey on.
It's crazy. It's It's crazy though when you have a guy that comes in from another squad and then gets a hot gun penalty the first point. You're like, bro, Matt, you vouched for this dude, bro. No, he's good, Rich. He's good. Yeah, he's good because he's shooting 20 balls a second, Matt.
I guess if you're going to get one, might as well get it out of the way right out the gate, right? You still got a ton of time left on the clock, and talking about a ton of time, we're in point number 2 here. Classic veteran Militia, 10:43 on the clock, and these team players are going to be switching sides every point that's won. In case you're new here, if it's a draw and a point, then they'll be starting from the same side. So again, it's going to be this battle. So Cox went off in the last one, but now both these guys are just, looks like Cox is going to, I think we got a little friendly fire here, unfortunately, for Classic, is Velez. I think he just got shot by his own guy, and then a little bounce shot. I think that was a legit bounce shot off of that inside little mini can right here.
Kerrigan's going through the drill side now, Matty, putting a lot of pressure on the snake corner. Like you said, when they get up on that drill, it gets really hard to live in that snake corner. Oh, they're making moves to get him, though.
I like this field already, man. We're seeing lots of stabbings.
Yeah,
seeing some aggressive play.
I like the tower and the can on the drill side, Matty, because you're up on your feet to launch the drills. You don't have to get up off your feet, and it just makes for faster moves over there, I think.
Yeah, and also when you do get a body, look, when you have aggressive moves, you like. What?
Look, you look.
No, you look.
It's gonna be a long weekend.
Okay, here we go.
It's gonna be a long weekend.
Here we go.
Strap in, boys.
But risk and reward, right? If you risk, you want a reward. I feel like this field has that because, like we talked about earlier in that first couple points, that D5, your D5, their D4, right past the 50, very crucial position. You can shoot a lot of bodies from there, and also you can shoot bodies from this 50 snake. You don't have a ton of options once you get to the 50 snake. If there's a guy in front of you, yeah, stab that guy and try to get to the wedge over here. But so we're going to continue to see that. I think we're just going to continue to see a bloodbath at the 50. And what the thing we talked about with all the teams yesterday walking this field was the 2s and 3s probably going to win this tournament. Yeah. Obviously, the 1 can go through and do his damage, but we're going to see a lot of guys trade. So who are those second and those third attackers, those support players are going to make the right decisions as these bodies start dropping real quick, and then make aggressive moves themselves to get to reinsert, to fill the 50 here in the snake, and to get past the 50 on that D side.
And there's a lot of things you can do to make a field play well or play fun or play fast, but one of the really key things is being able to transition from the 50-yard line into the other team's 40-yard line, and you can on this field, on the drill side, on the snake side, and in the center of the field. So there's lots of options to get. A lot of times you get stuck with those 50s. You see the 5 dudes across the 50s not really able to do much. But when you get to these 50s, you can go forward, and there's a big payoff if you do. Risk and reward, like you said. Man, just excited to be in Northern California. It's cool to have we never see our East Coast friends out here like in our neck of the woods. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, and I like downtown Sacramento, man. I've got some friends up here. I've got family up in NorCal, and obviously friends like
family in Modesto, obviously.
Yeah, but downtown Sacramento is really fun. We're not that far from there, and
there's
nice
a lot of downtown Modesto.
I mean, well, that
nice.
is a blatant lie, but it's okay. I appreciate that you support your hometown so much.
I have to.
Is there a downtown Modesto?
Yeah, there is.
I mean, I've been there. It doesn't look much like a downtown.
You don't want to go, for sure. But yeah, there's a downtown.
That's like a lock the doors. Let's get through here. Why are we here right now?
7:30 at night, it gets real quiet.
So yeah, and having seen what Dave's done with this field, it's a nice practice facility here, and home of the spring training facility for Impact, and then the home field for DMG. So
and the original Ironmen are also out here. Don't forget.
Yeah.
Jesus, man.
So we got a little technical timeout, and if you're joining us on social media networks, please head on over to GoSports.com. We're doing this for you guys, man. We're trying to bring the best paintball broadcast we can at as many events as we can go to, and the level of broadcast we can bring and the amount of events we can go to is completely contingent on you guys. So,
Matty, Austin Kane is playing back center for DMG. He's going to be shooting Dorito side. He wanted to make sure that we knew that, so that if a guy got shot on the Dorito side, that we could say Austin's name as many times as possible. He also said to stop pretending like we don't know him.
What's his what's the last name?
Kane.
Austin Kane. That's a pretty good name.
He's like, don't pretend like you don't know me up there.
So right now we got.
When I started working with the Sharks, I told him this kid can't come because he was about 12 at the time. And everybody's cussing and stuff. I was like, yeah, I'm sorry, I just don't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And he comes by just blowing it up. I'm like, oh yeah, he's fine. He'll fit right in.
Your dad was probably fun to hang out with. Who's your pop? So there's the cool kid. So here's the SAC DMG again. This is D3.
That's him right there.
But that's kind of the key, though. If you want to have a real successful program, ideally you want to have multiple stages and multiple divisions that you have rosters for, because then you got projects that you're working.
Listen, if you want a pro team, you're going to end up having to pick up players. And if you can pick up players that you've already spent time and energy in and are kind of already programmed into your style of paintball, then you're just saving yourself time and energy and money.
Yeah, it's like baseball with the farm system, right?
Invest in yourself.
If you can, you know, I hate to say it, but be like the Dodgers and grow some guys organically, then you don't have to do it like the Padres. Even though we've had some really good guys come up through our system and we have an awesome farm system, we have to buy mercenaries.
I'm sorry, are you involved with the program somehow?
No, I'm not. But
are you
I'm
a coach or something? Do you
Look, we're finally good, okay? I know that Modesto doesn't have any sports teams.
We got nothing, bro.
Do you even have like a minor league baseball team?
We are number one.
Oh no, Fresno has the minor league baseball.
Number one in car thefts in the nation. Yeah, repeatedly, year after year.
For everyone that's not a Californian, we apologize, but we have a guy from San Diego, a guy from Modesto here. We're in Sacramento right now, so I'm probably going to be, you know, a little heavy-handed with the
apparently
the jokes of the Central Valley.
Sorry, Modesto. Jesus.
Hey, I like Modesto.
I feel like we've been really good to you.
There's good people in Modesto.
Yes, there are. Wonderful people.
Town, questionable. People, solid gold.
Solid gold. It's like the Wild Wild West, baby.
Except for some certain areas of town.
Certain times of night.
Rich, did you bring your gun? Okay,
always.
Thank God.
Here we go.
All right, jumping back into it here with Ripper Magoo's up by 1. DMG, see if they can get something going. Got a lot of time to work with. 10:51 on the clock. So just getting things going here. And this is going to be the standard battle. Both teams are going to be.
Oh, he missed him.
Oh, he missed him. Oh, and then.
Oh, he missed him again.
See, that's tough. If you come around once and don't get your guy, and it's just really frustrating for Ripper Magoo's here, up by 1.
And that's one of those things, Matty, where you just have to fully commit, right? We used to tell guys when we were working with them back in the Ironman days is you shoot until you see the paintball break on his jersey, and then you do whatever you're going to do afterwards. You make sure you get him no matter what, because you can't control whether he shoots you or not.
So DMG in control of the 50, and on the D side, it looks like slightly better field position for Ripper Magoo's.
I think Kane just got a kill over there on the drill side, though, Matty. Nope. Awesome shooting snake side. Oh, they lose it. DMG loses 2 at the same time.
Well, this is a frustrating death here for DMG.
Yeah.
Really no reason to press the issue here, as they were controlling this really important piece of real estate, and there's a lot of time to work with, and they're already up by 1, so got to be a little bit careful.
Yeah, kind of squandering this lead here.
Martinez.
I think it's a 3-on-2, Matty. 3-on-2 or 4-on-2.
Well, this was a really good feel here for Martinez. Knowing how important this 50-yard line and snake is.
Yeah.
If you have a chance to get in here, I mean, you've got to make that move. But
Austin
looks like Austin getting caught from. Where did he get shot from? Back center?
Or this cake over here on the snake side's been looking his way the whole time.
The little cake? There's a body in the little cake?
Yep. Right there.
Oh, okay. The bigger cake.
Sorry.
Yeah, that cake in the back is actually a good spot.
Yeah,
the cakes, I very rarely say, hey, this cake is a great spot.
Well, because usually they're out there by themselves on the tape, right? But when they're in set like that, you can actually play them.
It's a little bit more, it's as out of all the back bunkers on this, because the back center, you're going to have a tough time surviving depending on where they're at in the 50s, but that cake is a little bit more survivability out of that, and we just saw.
It's our buddy.
Zhang. So after getting a penalty, he got a major gun penalty. It looks like he went back and got the correct settings and going to save the day here and going to put the first point on the board for.
We got a game.
We got ourselves a game.
And Austin got us to say his name when he got shot over there on Drea's side.
Yeah. If you're Sacramento DMG, you need to tighten things up. They basically lost that first point and got a gift.
Yep.
The penalty. So now they just had some inopportune deaths. It looks like they're just going to burn some clock off here.
I think DMG might not be paying attention right now.
Yeah, I think so too. Typically, you're going to be conceding this point. Now it will be tied, so no real reason. There's no clock to preserve in the sense that it's still going to be 1-1.
Well, I mean, you could if you could burn it down to where there's only time to play one more point, and you feel like you're going to win that point.
That's kind of that argument, right? If you feel you only typically want to do that if you feel
if you're going to win, you got to win.
Well, if a team is way better than you, playing less engagements against them gives you a better chance to win. So if you're the 20th ranked pro team and you're playing the #1 ranked pro team, the least amount of engagements that you can possibly run through, the more chances you have of victory. Because the more points, because that'll be the Russians
like
or
the game
X Factor.
Theory is, the more you play them, the worse you are.
Look, if we're better than you, the more times we play you, the more chances we have to win. So I could see if they wanted to burn a little time off, if they really felt that this team was that much better. But honestly, when we're down in Division 3, you don't really know, because sometimes you got throw together teams and So not necessarily a strategy.
They might be 4 or 5 moves ahead of where we're at.
I think you were just right. I think it's a little early. It's a little over there like, hey, let's have a talk about those early. Oh wait, we need to concede. Let's get back to it.
What are we doing, guys?
So another tie ball game right here with 1-1 score. Veteran Militia Bravo.
You know, man,
classic.
I'm never one to complain, but it's about 5 degrees cooler than I would like it up here. My hands are a little bit cold. I'm putting in my
guys.
armpits.
He's going to be complaining.
He's going to be complaining. Crossing your arms.
He's going to be complaining about the heat later too, ladies and gentlemen.
Andrew O'Neill at back center there for the Veteran Militia. Cox back to the snake again. Man, we're going to see this battle all day, man.
All day, man.
Who can crawl to the
every
snake the fastest to shoot the other guy? And will you go there to set up defensively, or will you go there to set up offensively?
Well, and can you trade out with, if you do get bunkered, can you put a ball on the attacker?
Right. Do you shoot your gun? Do you wait?
So yeah, get ready to see a ton of stabbings out here in this bunker that you see on your screen, the 50-yard line here, snake side.
What's surprising, Matty, you know, we've only seen a few points here, but when the guys get to the 50 snake, you don't see the guys behind them immediately getting closer to them. You know, they kind of sit back there. Like, to me, I want a guy in that 50, I want a guy right behind that, and I want a guy inset from him, just so you can have 3 guys to go through there. Both teams lose a player early. Andrew looks like he's going to get a check out of back center there. Referee's running in from a long ways away, which usually is not a good thing.
And here comes the fill. It's classic is going to get to the wedge and pinch out that center. Nice little shot there. See, that center it's going to be tough, man. If you don't have a body out wide, it's going to be real hard to stay alive in that center tower.
You're going to have to live one way or the other.
And King's going to get that kill. Might have got that last one, too. I think that kill actually came from the 50-yard line, past the 50-yard line on the D side. So a little combo here, classic. D side, snake side. I like the fill from King. And they're going to go up by 1.
Yeah, good control point there. 4 bodies left alive.
Yeah.
King's trying to get a check. He might have taken a hard bounce earlier. He's like, yeah, I'm not looking to hang this flag. Go ahead and hit that buzzer for me, Will.
Tell you what, this is the way that the heat's gonna be hot this weekend. We are getting these early starts. I'm hoping we play in the morning. If you look at the schedule, like, let's get a 7 a.m. game, and it's gonna be nice 68 degrees out there.
For sure. Get back to the pool for the afternoon games. Yeah. Watch them on the iPad in the pool.
They're like, hey, let's pull up the webcast and check it out while I'm sunning myself. And it's 100 degrees out.
Can you bring me another margarita, please? Yeah, no, just keep them coming.
I got to check again, but I think that for Sunday it's going to be 102. Let's see.
You can hear the San Diego in his voice when he says that, right? It's going to be 102.
Hey, I'm a tropical flower, my friend.
DMG taking the field.
My pasty white skin was not made for this.
See if Austin can get his kill drill side this game.
Did he like slip you a 20 or something? With like, Rich, hey, can I talk to you real quick?
He's the only one on the squad that I know for sure his name. So it gives me some relevance.
Yeah,
but thank you, man.
Fair enough.
You guys see what I'm dealing with? Every day it's like this. Even when we're not working together, he'll just text me, "You're doing something wrong, Rich." I'm like, I'm not even doing anything.
Hey, okay, here's maybe the San Diego in me, but let's see the Modesto in your voice. 106, you down with that?
Yeah, bro. 106 is nothing to me. Oh, you mean practice weather? You mean practice weather? Yeah, no problem, bro.
Hey, you're talking at me like I haven't spent time playing in the heat up here with you.
Yeah, you were hard at one point. At that point, you were like a stick of butter when you take it out of the freezer. Now you're the stick of butter that's been sitting on the counter for a couple of months.
Bro,
that one's for you, Rab.
A little old, you know?
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Did I have a butter
not
conversation with you already?
A butter conversation?
Yeah.
We're talking about butter right now? We're at a paintball tournament.
Where do you put your butter at home?
That's your metaphor, butter?
Where do you put your butter?
Where do I put my butter?
Yeah.
In the fridge.
Well, you're weird. So I put my butter in the cabinet in like a little butter dish. That's the way I was raised.
Oh, okay.
I'm rooming with Rab and all those retards, all those weirdos at the Remington factory.
Yes.
And I put the butter in a cabinet and they put it in the fridge and freeze it. So I get it out and I can't put it on the toast because it's frozen.
Well, hold on. We're going from cabinet to freezer. Well, we're going to have this argument later. Let's jump back into some paintball.
Yeah, now that you're not on my side, I don't want to talk about it. Snake on the break. Man, I have not seen one guy shot on the break on the snake yet, Matty. DMG loses their first player to real side.
Yeah. Oh, body coming off. Look at this big move in the center here from DMG.
Nice.
So the DMG, see, look when the attention goes one way, go the other way.
Yeah.
And I really like this play call. Good read and react from DMG.
And he gets the kill going out, Matty.
A little two-pack, and that's going to give his player here in the snake a ton of freedom.
I don't think they know he's there, Matty.
Yeah, and there's another body coming off right now for the Ripper Magoos. They're getting torched right now here because this big move in the center of the field is going to go kill from the snake.
Man, that's the best move. I mean, we've only had a few points, but that's going to be the big move of the day.
Well, I just like how this field's playing so far. Who's that? I can't see who that is.
I can't see his name. It's number 1 or number 7, but I can't see what his name is.
But that was a beautiful move.
Shoemaker following up on the snake side.
Yeah, so it just,
Man, that
look,
was
if,
nice.
if the attention's going snake, the attention's going D side.
And you know there's got to be a guy there,
And
right?
you know he's going to be a guy there. That's a really nice time in this game to implement that move. It works out perfectly. He gets that kill, gets the second kill. His teammate follows it up with another kill, and very quickly DMG gets on the board here to take a lead. And that's a good look for him because the first 2 points look really good for Ripper Magoo's.
And that's another thing that you have to watch out for DMG. So now not only do we have to attack the snake, we got to keep him from coming into our wing so that our snake guy can play. That takes up another body. Now DMG maybe attacks on the Dorito side. Really good game plan. Really good call over there. Hope they can keep adding to that.
Yeah, and again, paintball, always a game of momentum, just like every other sport. Because this game is won in your mind. If you don't have your physical skills, left-handed, right-handed shooting, running and gunning, and you know how to play the game, look, that just gets you in the door. Who's going to win this tournament? It's going to completely be contingent upon who makes the correct decisions in those pressure moments. And that's a really good read and react there.
Really good, yeah. I'm kind of switching like styles, like coaching-wise. Like I used to be heavy game plan oriented. Now I'm really,
I remember.
Yeah, sorry. Now I'm really more game plan oriented in reading and react. Like, yeah, this is where we're going to go on the break. This is where we think they're going to go on the break. But reading and react, this is how we're going to win on this field.
Yeah, and I was talking with some guys about that. When you walk a field, you walk your initial game plan 5-on-5. What works? What the theme of the field? As we're going to be saying this all weekend. Both teams have a body in the snake. Who's going to get there first?
Kerrigan.
Like,
this is his birthday tournament.
Is it really?
Yep.
Happy birthday.
Oh, he went a little too early.
A little early, and he's going to check off and go. Cal goes inside, and he gets clipped from that tower. Just a little bit too much out there. Did it bounce? No, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure I saw something break off of him. Sometimes a ball will hit you, break off of you, and not leave any paint. And if the ref doesn't see it, you're not going to get pulled out on that. If the ref does see it, you are going to get pulled out, and then you're going to argue.
And then you're going to get a penalty, obviously. Back center still alive, and then that tower on the Drew side. Maddie, I think that tower on the Drew side, and then that big move we saw over there are going to really kind of cancel out some of the snake moves.
But talking about how you are looking at the flow of the game while you're walking the field, if you're not walking a lockout and a closeout in addition to your standard game plan, you're not walking the field in a way that you're really putting yourself in the best position to win paintball games. So what that means is the closeout is we're up bodies, they're low on bodies. How do we dig these guys out? Can they even play defense? And then that's the lockout. Can we play defense? And where does that position need to be?
You can almost tell the style of the teams that play by the way they walk the field. Like some of the guys never walk past the 50-yard line. You're like, oh, these guys are super defensive. They have no plans of ever going past the 50. Some guys are always walking the other side of the field. Like they assume I'm going to start at the 50 and work my way forward. And you can kind of get an idea how they play just by watching. Well, the
yeah, I totally agree. We're at 7 minutes left, and 2-1's the score. But things have died down a little bit here. We haven't seen a point yet in this first set of the tournament where it's been like this, where guys are in their bunkers just gunfighting for more than 20 or 30 seconds, but that is the situation right now. A little bit better. I think they're just trying to figure out the count. Veteran Militia is in a little bit better position here as they have more bodies, and the body's actually going to get pulled out, so Classic in a tough spot. They're going to be running out
4-on-1
bunker.
I believe it's a 4-0 now. Yeah, it just took Veteran Militia a little while to figure out that there was only the 2 bodies left alive. And, you know, when you have guys coming in from different squads, like they have a couple guys in from mobs, sometimes the communication gets lost. You'll have a couple guys communicating well on the drill side, a couple guys communicating well on the snake side, but neither one of them getting the information across the field.
Yeah, and some teams, look, it's a beautiful morning out here.
It's
not
beautiful
even
right
70,
now, man.
Not even 70 degrees yet.
But another hour or two.
Having a deep roster is going to be pretty crucial here at this event, as it is going to be a scorcher tomorrow and particularly on Sunday. But it's beautiful right now. But talking to some teams out here, they're like, yeah, we got 9. I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, run them all.
And then I talked to other teams. So Impact only has 5.
Well, they're athletes, so they'll be fine.
But they're going to get more bodies throughout the weekend. So
sprinkling
work conflicts. But Mouse will be here, I believe, on Sunday. They're going to get a couple more guys tomorrow. So they'll have a little bit of a deeper roster in the open division once the weekend starts to go through a little bit more. But jumping back in this next one here, DMG up by 1 over Ripper Magoo's. DMG in the purple, right?
Yeah, Ripper, the snake guy took a couple early steps there, Manny.
So this is a bad situation right now for Ripper Magoo's. They lost a body on the break on the snake back bunker, and now they have no one here on this side, and DMG has a body here at the 50. But because of the way this has been going down, he has not got the call. This side's open for him to kind of play a little bit more loose in here. He's zoned up like he's about to get run down and he needs to trade out, whereas there's no one in front of him, and he could be being a little bit more proactive in this spot.
And like we talked about, man, read and react, right? Neither team has reacted to the fact that the Rippers lost their snake attacker on the break.
Yeah, a little move right now from Ripper Magoos to get into D2 outside.
Yeah, I was going to say getting outside to that Dorito is the crucial part, man, because then you can start wrapping and pushing yourself forward.
Well, and Rich, for DMG, they don't have any offensive push on the D side, so looking good here snake side, but they allowed that move into D2. Now, here we go. Now DMG's getting things rolling over there to mirror that move up, so both teams have a body into D2.
Yeah, DMG with a little bit better position because they've got a player behind the Dorito in that tall tower, so they've got 2 over there to attack. 4-on-5 advantage for DMG. DMG players still playing very conservatively in the snake now, going for his first look. I think he's finally figured out that if there's a guy there, he's got to go get him because he's not coming.
Well, and he's not even being shot at right now.
No, hasn't the whole game.
But I'm not going to knock him for this. With the way that this side's been playing, I'd rather, in this situation, play a little bit. But the issue here is communication. No one's talking to him.
Yep.
It's not his job. His job is to do what he's doing right now.
Stay alive.
It's up to his back. Yeah, his back players need to tell him, hey, you're good. There's no one in front of you. Here's what you need to worry about, and then give him the information he needs to start.
And the problem, Matty, is both his back players have been watching the Dorito side of the field the whole time, not looking at what his perspective is. So even if they wanted to tell him something, they couldn't give. Oh, he shoots across the field inside though. I thought he got a kill on that Dorito, man. Yeah, it's not.
Greenwald in here for DMG. Now he's being a little bit more proactive in here, but playing very safe. I'm totally fine with how he's playing in here. His guys need
he could be taking advantage.
Look, if no one's putting pressure on you, you need to be able to feel that. If your bunker is not getting hit with paintballs, maybe throw a head check out there. Then, oh, okay, well, that head check, I didn't see anybody. I'm going to get a little bit further out. Now maybe get a wrap, and then you get that free kill cross field.
You got to keep them engaged, right? If they're not shooting at you, you're not tying that gun up. You're not really in the game. And like right now, nobody's shooting their gun on either side of the field. Everybody's just waiting for a goggle or a hopper to appear so they can make that perfect shot. 4-on-4 ball here.
So good field position here for the Ripper Magoos. A little bit of a longer point now. We're under 5 minutes to go. A real close game. Crucial moments for Ripper Magoos. They have to worry about Greenwald here in the snake for DMG, but they have 2 bodies in attacking positions, D3 and D2. Over on that D side.
DMG over the top of this 50 snake there. Looking to try to make something happen.
Believe it's 4-on-4.
Yep.
Greenwald wilding out a little bit here. Locked in a battle with D3.
Talking across field.
Well, now he's finally getting some communication from his back corner player.
Tiger 1, which means they've eliminated 1 player, so they know it's 4-on-4. But if Green, is it Green? What is Greenwald, man?
I believe it's Greenwald.
If Greenwald wraps here, he's got 2 guns on him, so he's just got to be really careful with his gunfights as he takes a bounce off the head.
He got lucky.
Yeah. Definitely got to relax.
Well, I mean, that guy, whoever was in either the back center or this mini wall here, has got to be shaking his head like, I just direct drove that guy in his dome right now.
And I'm not that far.
And I'm not that far away. And it's not.
Oh, he gets a
not
kill.
Hot or humid. Okay, huge kill for Greenwald. Now it's a 3-on-4 situation. They got a slight high body moment right now. That Shoemaker dives in behind him. So that's a good move by Shoemaker here to get a little bit closer to his guy so we can play off of Greenwald if Greenwald goes forward.
I think Martinez is still back center.
They really have to worry about D4 right now. D4 is the thorn in DMG's side. They have this 1-point lead because of the early penalty, gun penalty on the Ripper Magoos, and they're creeping up on the D side, and they're going to get that kill. This is a huge moment right now for DMG. They can go up by 2. Ripper Magoos either need to think about conceding. Yeah, they need to concede this point right now to preserve the time. It's a 1-on-3. So they're asking this guy to be a hero right now, and I like this from Shoemaker. He's like, okay. Shoemaker knew the situation. It took him a while, but he finally figured it out. He told Greenwald what the deal was. Hey, we have 1 kill. Here's where they're at. And he obviously knew where that last body was. He knew that was the only body left alive. So it was a nice little close and nice finish. Then that was a pretty big moment for DMG. Now going to take a 2-point lead with not a ton of time left.
And Rippers took those Doritos pretty early, so you can kind of understand why Greenwald's back guys were focused that way to try to slow them down. But they've got to do a good job of slowing that down and then also trying to get a little information to Greenwald when they can.
Yeah, that was a controlled game from DMG, and I do like
what you expect.
Yeah, and I like the moves from the Ripper Magoos over there on that Dorito side to have at least some bit of a threat. They just did, once they lost that back corner bunker on the snake side, they had no offense on this snake side. So that's an issue.
Yeah, that's going to be a problem. If you've only got 1 attacker on this field on the snake side and you lose that guy and no one else is in a position to attack.
We're in the pits right now here with D3, Sacramento DMG. Again, it's just great to see. We're here at DMG's home field. They have multiple divisions, and that's what you want in a farm system. You want to be able to have an army.
Stacked from the bottom up, man.
Yeah.
You build from the bottom.
Well, that's one of the reasons they've been able to stay in the pro division, and no matter, because they've lost basically their entire starting lineup except for Shane Howell from just a few years ago. Now looks like Cal by himself here in the snake, no one there in there with him, and is locked up at 2-2 here. 6:13 on the clock. Oh, here comes Cal. It's past the 50. He's about to get diced up though. Oh, does not know he's there. And now they're going to trade out. Cal might be getting a penalty. No, looks like that was a clean trade.
Carrington, nice move, Carrington, going into their snake early.
Oh, that's a tough death for Classic with King in the center. He had a good point earlier, but it looks like it's not going to matter, though. Yeah, see, live bodies, we just came from 10-man where live bodies count for points. We're back into the NXL. Live bodies mean nothing. It's all about getting that buzzer. So good support role here from Parker. And, yeah, I mean, I think King might have maybe traded with that last guy. Couldn't quite see, but no big deal. They're going to put another... probably not the winning point on the board. We still got 5:35 left to go, and
fast point though, man.
Yeah, I think we could see some high-scoring games out here. We'll see. I mean, there's not a ton of time.
We can hope
in D3.
We can hope.
But, once we get to the Open division, where we got more time and more season.
Well, then, and once everyone's played the field a little bit more too, it's either going to speed up a little bit or slow down a little bit. Yeah, it'll probably slow. Things are going to slow down, typically speaking, as we move on in the tournament. Things become more important. It is fun though, because you have the ASG All-Star team with some of the Gummy Bears and then some of the guys from San Diego Dynasty, so that's gonna be a fun team to watch. Impact with picking up LJ Parrish. They didn't pick him up, but just guesting. Guys, breaking news, LJ Parrish now playing for Edmonton Impact.
Oh man, LJ now is going to be getting a lot of texts. But yeah, so that's going to be fun. LJ's had a amazing past couple seasons, a big leading light in the offense for the Los Angeles Ironmen, and it'd be interesting to see where they put him. I probably would put him on snake side and just let him do what he does.
Yeah, that's what I would do.
Because they don't have Spica here and they don't have Goldman, so that's kind of ideal to get a guy like LJ if you're Impact, as Impact, I think still the favorites here.
Yeah, of course.
Leo Smotroff is going to be playing on New York Extreme. It was cool to see the Extreme guys here.
Good pickup. Yeah, it's nice. Like I said, it's cool having some of the East Coast teams here because we're always on the East Coast. Here we go. Rippers need to figure something out. Down by 2 points. DMG's been playing kind of slow, methodical paintball these last couple of points. Winning the snake battle.
Yeah, look, DMG had some stumbles early on, but now it's up to the Ripper Magoos. They really need to pick it up here. They don't have a ton of time. They need 2 points. They're going to have to go aggressive. They need to get in the snake. They need to push up on that D side. Here we go. Looks like a body dropping early for DMG. And so it's going to be a 4-on-5 situation. Both teams with a body. Oh, another body dropping for DMG.
That was a snake guy shooting across.
And they're going to be making moves in the center. Look at this. He's missed his free kill. There's a blatant free kill. Oh, my God. Just check off on the snake side. What are you doing? He's going to want that one back. And that's going to cost Antonia's body.
Still 4-on, Maddie.
And they're going to win this point more than likely, but that's just one of the biggest free kills on this field.
I thought he was going there to shoot that guy. I didn't even look at him. I'm like, what the hell?
So too. Did that guy have like the invisibility cloak on?
My invisibility cloak is strong.
Is that some new technology? Who came out with that? Oh, did I see a little flag thrown in the air? I saw a flag thrown in the air, right? It's a red flag on the ground.
Dirty hang.
Oh man, that would be a terrible situation here for the Ripper Magoos. They can't catch a break, man. They got a gun penalty, a dirty hang.
Come on, guys, get it together.
They basically woke up this morning, cooked up a nice little win here for DMG, put it on a plate, wrapped it up with a nice little bow on top here with some mistakes they're making. There's still time left so they could come back, but if DMG takes a 3-point lead now with 2 minutes and 35 seconds left, I mean, good luck. This is a fast field, but the Ripper Magoos are just grinding their gears. If this wasn't, in fact, a dirty hang. That point looked great for them.
Yeah,
shot bodies on the break.
They had 3 or 4 left alive. There's 2 left alive on the field standing out there, so I'm assuming one of those 2 can hit the buzzer if they need to.
Yeah, they're figuring out right now.
The ref definitely has a red flag in his hand.
Just listening in real quick.
All right. Well, that's very clear.
Yeah, so I'm still waiting for it to go up on the board here. I'm pretty sure they did have enough bodies. It does appear that that's the situation. So, but we're going to jump into this next one here. Classic with a slight lead over veteran Militia Bravo. And if you are joining us,
good back and forth battle though.
Yeah, it's been. I like this field. I think it's going to be a fun weekend here.
Yeah, Cox needs to keep going through that snake for veteran Militia.
We have not had a trash layout in probably 3 or 4 years now. You can argue over which ones are better. Some are obviously more fun to watch than others, more fun to play than others. But this one is, I think, going to be pretty fun to watch based on what we've seen. This field, at least in D3 so far, wait until we get to the pros, see how it's really going to be played. But it kind of is playing like everyone thought it was going to play when everyone was walking the field yesterday. But hey, again, if you're joining us, thank you so much for joining us here. A little early California time, but it's going to be a fun weekend. We're doing this for you guys. It's all about the subscribers, and again, we're just trying to bring the best paintball broadcast that we can, but we do need your help to do that. So please let everyone know that this fun battle, the Golden State Open, going down this weekend here at Capital Edge, and it looks like body dropping early here for veteran Militia, as veteran Militia getting scoured over. They're going to lose 2, Rich.
Ouch, that's
bad
a rough
break.
breakout, yeah.
Bad break considering they need a point.
Yeah, Classic in real good position here with 5 bodies left alive. Lose their first guy attacking on the snake side. They have one up on the drill side already, Matty.
Yeah, good little zone control here for veteran Militia, as they were able to get at least 1 back, but they are going to be losing another body. So now it's a 2-on-4 situation. They do have Cal here at the 50 snake. He's looking crossfield.
Kerrigan gets in that 50, shoots across, misses the guy filling to the corner. He's gonna wish he had that one back.
Coel, sorry, not Cal. Coel. Ooh, and then Coel's got to be careful. Not going to call any penalty on that. It's just going to be a trade.
Classic looking real good here, man. Easily handling veteran Militia. Well, I mean, they got 2 on the break, and then they got 2 more pretty quickly, so Classic in good position. Veteran's got to figure out how to survive that breakout.
Yeah.
Easier said than done, obviously.
It hasn't been a bloodbath break.
Oh, it's a bloodbath.
Well, we are starting to see guys start to figure out, well, that's one of the things as you walk the field, right? Okay, what are our best? We don't have multiple weekends to try to figure out.
Give me your 70%. What's your 70% best? I think I just saw Dave Baines all geared up.
Yeah, I was talking to Brandon Cornell, and he's like, well, we have 4 or 5 with LJ came in last night, but that's it until tomorrow. He's like, but I think Dave's going to play. And then Dave rolled up, dropping Waters off for the refs. So he's got Waters in the back of his little off-road vehicle. He's like, Brandon looks at him, hey, you going to play? And Dave was like, I think so, but I don't have my cleats. I think I'm going to play in my boots, my work boots.
Well, obviously.
Hey, Dave's still good, man. I played with Dave on Cap Factory. I mean, he's still a hell of a gunfighter.
Yeah, that's the one thing is if you're a really good gunfighter, you've always got a chance. It's just like being a really good knockout guy.
Us bigger dudes, you gotta be a real good gunfighter if you're a little bit of a bigger dude.
That's what I tell every big dude too. I was like, hey, listen, you got to be a better gunfighter than all those little guys because they're gonna beat you up.
So on the break here, Ripper Magoo's, down by 3. So it has just been nothing but awesome and good luck for Sacramento DMG.
Yeah, Rippers lose 2 on the break, Matty.
Yeah, and that's just look. You have to push forward, as we can see.
And both of these teams are good, but you can tell the difference between one squad having a full squad of all their guys and another squad having 2 or 3 guys from this team, 2 or 3 guys from this team, where they're good, but they don't have the same unity or teamwork. They've lost their whole snake side of the field. Ripper hasn't had.
Sac DMG, Rich, still has doubled up this back center. They got to get out of there. We just were looking on our screen at that backfield shot. But
no, that's their style. If they're up on points, up on bodies, they would be happy just to sit back, shoot their guns.
I'm fine with that, but you can see they were getting pinched in there. So now they're smartly were able to get out of there. And does this player not have a gun? This player in Snake 1 doesn't have a gun.
Yeah, guns are not. A lot of guys are not going with guns now, Matty, because it slow you down when you run to the bunker. So if you cannot use that gun.
So you see this player here, number 16. He does not have a weapon in his hand. The referee's going to check him out, and he's in there. Shoemaker's like, hey,
who's shooting?
Did you forget your gun, or did it break, or did somebody steal it from you? We have other guns, man.
Oh, big move on the drill side, Matty.
Yeah,
that's
big move. Ripper Magoo's.
Sit over there and don't react. Playing defense. And he's got 1. He's got 2.
He's going to get 1. Shoemaker's going to try to get a ball on him before he hits that buzzer, and I think he shot him in the arm before he hit that buzzer.
We'll see.
I'm pretty sure that player got shot in the arm either as he was hitting the buzzer or maybe a half a step before. But yeah, chaos on that D side. Ripper Magoo's ended up blowing it open, and it looks like he's going to be good. So that was a really huge move. But we talked about the counterpunch capability on that D side.
Shoemaker
when the
pissed.
attention. Yeah, if I was Shoemaker, I'd be pissed too. But how do we lose that one, guys? We had
it was
a 5-body
4-on-2, bro. I'm in the 50 snake, bro.
Well, the way things have been going for them, it's like, okay, well, which one of them got a penalty? Because
exactly.
we've been getting all these gifts, so I'm expecting another no more gifts? Oh, man. At least they did burn a little bit of time off, and they have a big enough cushion that I think that they're still going to be okay, but they got to hold strong here. What was it, maybe a minute and 30 left? That one went pretty quick with that big move on the D side.
I have to say, I like these smaller events a lot. I feel like it's like a more kind of relaxed vibe. It's not as like hectic and critical and everything's, you know, like super crazy. All the stress. It's like just a little bit more, like, it seems like the teams are more relaxed, you know.
Yeah, I definitely, it was that type of vibe yesterday for sure. Some guys playing on different teams.
Yeah, it's not quite 10-man, but it's like, you know, it's just.
And then you're seeing some guys come to California for the first time.
Yeah.
You're seeing, you know, Smotrop playing with New York Extreme. We got LJ playing with Impact, and
it's cool.
ASG's got a bunch of Dynasty guys on it. It's going to be interesting here. And then all the best divisional teams are here. So and that's, to me, one of the biggest. That's the biggest story I want to see this weekend is who's going to emerge out of D2 as we move to the last couple events of the year. Who's going to be the best out of that group?
Teams are getting really bad starts from this Dorito side. I mean, from the our left side, Matty. That last game, 2 or 3 of the veteran militia guys were just standing there looking around. Maybe they can't see the scoreboard.
Veteran militia, I like how he's got his gun up right here.
Cox is ready.
He's ready to trade out if he gets run down. He can hear that gun, so he's waiting. I wonder what's
the classic guy's just trying to bait him. He's just shooting and come down, shooting, come down. And he switches
perfect
played by Cox.
Here is Cox. I've been loving this battle.
Too wide though.
Hey, Cox kept his wits about him in there.
He played that very well.
As soon as Velez switched, he could hear the gun switched, and he came through. Yeah, he got shot, but that timing couldn't have been better as far as his immediate, you know, we call that the poison, the guy right on the other side.
And if the home guy doesn't catch him, Matt, he shoots everybody. Yeah. Right? If that guy's looking the other way.
And Cox had a couple other good moves. Cox looks pretty good here for Veteran Militia.
Yeah, both those guys are. Classics, both teams have a guy up in that 45 Dorito, Matty.
Taylor Campos in here. Veteran Militia down by 2. They got 3 minutes and 36 seconds to work with. Parker, who's now at the wedge for Classic, trying to hold it down. He has the back center, and then most importantly, a body in D4. They're actually mirrored up at D4 over there, so that's going to be an interesting fight. Again, the D side, gunfighter's paradise over there, man. You have everyone in front of you on that sideline you can gunfight with. And here's going to come the runs, and that was a nice little run through here.
They got to put back center in, Matty. They got to put the home guy in so they can run this wing if Veteran Militia wants to get through the side.
And he's going to come through Parker with a nice little move. Did Parker get 2? And it looks like he did. Nice little 2-pack run through here for Parker. Oh, and a penalty did Parker get the penalty?
No, the back center guy did, I think. Because they're looking to pull somebody and there's none left.
I think there's, either one or none left. So in the chaos, it looks like Veteran Militia. Why did Classic concede that?
I think the Classic got the penalty and the referees just.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
The last guy got pulled.
There's no one to pull on the penalty. Yeah, for a second I was like, wait a second, man. If you're Classic and you have now a 1-point lead with 2:48 left, make that guy go in there and hit that buzzer. Those couple seconds may cost you. But yeah, you're right. With that penalty, no one left to pull. Yeah. So. Yeah, I really like this layout so far. It's a fun D3 battle we've seen.
I want to watch TMB. I want to watch the Killers. I want to watch the teams we know really well.
Talking about those Division 2 teams here, Austin Notorious is here.
Notorious,
Cartel.
Marky's going to have a game,
yeah. Cartel, Colorado Blitz, DMG, KC Missouri All-Stars, the Killers, Oakland Gray Area.
Hometown boys.
Yeah, TMB is here, Vegas Brawlers. All those teams are good. You can see the schedule here, the battles coming up. Next,
I think that's going to be the division to watch, the D2 guys.
Yeah, I'm really excited. Like I said, I'm legitimately excited. We started to know a decent amount of these D2 teams. I like the squads. I like what they're doing with their programs. And they all eventually want to go pro, so that's fun to hear. We have the Rude Boys taking on Rip City United, Cartel Kids, and Squad in the next D3 set here, as you can see there on your screen. So, and then we're going to get into the Open Division. New York Extreme. They're not going to have Smotrop in this first one. And I saw Mike Urena, who's going to be playing for the ASG All-Stars, and it was. So he's like, who do you got here? Kind of thinking, like, who am I going to be battling in the snake, essentially? And then Tim Stetzel is here, but I talked to him yesterday, and he's still not ready to go.
So I wasn't sure if he was playing or not. And I was like, man, if we have Jerry, Smotrop, and Stetzel, if we get beat on the snake side, I'm going to take a cane down there and just start putting it on people. I don't want to hear any excuses.
Yeah, but Stetzel's not, and he doesn't know he's going to be able to play World Cup. I mean, when he fell off a forklift at work. And a really bad shoulder injury, and he should have a long career ahead of him. So he's just waiting until he heals up. I think that's smart.
DMG loses the first player on the snake side. We got both teams with one on the snake. Oh, looks like
only a minute to go.
Yeah, losing first place, so 4-on-4. Advantage here, slight advantage here for DMG. As Greenwald gets back in the snake.
Yeah, DMG owns this snake side currently.
Yep, DMG's got 2 on the snake.
Yeah, not a lot of time left though, Rich. Just 38 seconds to go. Ripper Magoos, they need 2 to tie. I don't think they're going to be able to do it.
3-on-2, Rippers with 2, DMG with 3, and with DMG in good positions, there's no reason for them to push down the field. As long as they stay alive, they're going to win this match. Tough position for the Rippers to be in.
Yeah, this game's going to be Sac DMG. They got a lot of gifts, but they made the most of them. Now it's just going to be what's the score. I mean, can Ripper Magoos put up 1 and just lose by 1? Margin is important.
Of course.
Battle here in the snake, and it looks like Ripper Magoo is going to come through. Bunker out the player for DMG.
2-on-1 now. 1 player for Rippers is in the center tower, though. It's a real tough bunker for her to play against 2 players on the outside.
So that, did they?
No point. Game finished.
Yeah, I was going to say, it should be the game over. So 4-2 will be the final score.
A good game for both squads.
Yeah,
just
Ripper
a little more polished.
Yeah, a little more polished, a little more composed here early in the morning. And that's just, Ripper Magoo's started out great as far as their play was concerned. They won that first point, but then had the major penalty on the gun, so that messed them up there. Then they had a dirty hang. It was just one of those situations where they got a lot of bad breaks.
From my perspective, it seemed like they played better, though, when they played aggressively. The points where they went out and attacked down the rear side, attacked through the snake, they won. And the points where they kind of sat back and tried to beat DMG at their own game, they lost. In those, those critical pivotal
yeah,
points.
no, I agree. I maybe just, sometimes when bad things start going down and you get a little defeated mentally already, even though you won't admit it.
You're talking about my life right now.
So let's see what Cox can do over here in the snake. I like the moves he's been making.
I think
here for Edmonton Militia.
Sorry, Matt. I think Classic is starting with 4 because of that penalty.
Yeah, that would make sense. It didn't look like they had anybody left to pull.
So yeah, if you get a penalty and there's no one else to pull, you start the next game down, whichever body's would have pulled.
Look, this game's close on the point spread. It's also close in what we're seeing as far as play is concerned. But it looks like body dropping off early here.
Classic's getting penalties left and right, Matty.
Yeah, I'm seeing a sea of.
Veteran Militia has a good opportunity here. How much
good?
time
Yeah, this is a good opportunity.
2:30.
Veteran Militia with 2:30 to tie this one up. They got some penalties were assessed here in Classic, and that's going to be one of the quickest points we've seen out here because of those penalties. So, not an ideal time to play the gray area for Classic because they have a 1-point lead.
Yeah, they just got a real bad start to that game, and it just got worse after that. Lost a couple bodies early and then got a couple penalties. It's hard to win a point like that.
Yeah, so fun set here to start things out at the 2021 Golden State Open. I'm Matty Marshall with Rich Telford, and if you are joining us on social media, please head on over to Go Sports. Sign up, count. We got a ton of content on there. The years that we've been doing this. Got some big events coming up.
And I think there's some documentaries coming up too, right?
Yeah, we got some. We're working on some stuff behind the
what I'm looking
scenes.
forward to.
Yeah, a couple different things going on.
Was I not supposed to say anything?
No, we're going to be doing another.
Guys, pretend like I didn't say. There's no documentaries coming out from Go Sports. Just keep that on the DL.
We will be doing another 5 Sundays-esque documentary, tentatively titled 4 Sundays for now.
Followed by 3 Sundays?
Well,
2 Sundays, 1
Sunday. I liked 5 Sundays, but now do we call it 4 Sundays? I don't know. We're going to figure that out. But
endless Sundays.
Yeah, a dive
endless
in.
Sundays.
It just last year was obviously a cataclysmic, crazy year. But we had
what happened? What's going on? Did I miss something?
There's this thing called the Rona. Yeah, I know you. Again, I know you live in this weird isolated town called Modesto. Bubble. But yeah, you guys don't get out to the wider world too much.
Not allowed.
But yeah, and 2020. I mean, with Ironman winning the first and then Dynasty winning the last one, those were 2 fascinating stories that will be included. And then obviously all the stuff that goes down this year. But there's just paintball's never been, in my opinion, as competitive as it is now. And it's because it's really interesting to see teams. You're helping New York Extreme out, and they played really well. Thunder is getting really good. I mean, basically,
the middle teams are
getting better. They are and even the bottom teams. Some of them, again, depends on who we're talking about, but
and what event we're talking about.
But just in general, the improvement I feel has been blatant. It's been obvious, and it's been really fun to watch. So yeah, a lot of stuff going on. It's going to be fun. And
it's always fun.
Yeah,
and I'm just grateful to be here in Northern California.
Yeah, you didn't have to drive very far for this one.
It's amazing.
I had to drive a little bit farther than you did.
Yeah, I was packing my stuff, and I was like, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need that. I'm not flying, I don't need this, I don't need this, I don't need this.
See how, driving, it's like, well, just bring whatever you want.
That's right. Some sweats,
got the
pistol.
whole car.
Giddy up. A little bit of a delay here.
Yeah, with 2 minutes in between points now that other game has
4-4.
So yeah, coming up in the Open division after another D3 X-Ball set with Rude Boys, Rip City, Squad, and Cartel Kids. It's going to be New York Extreme against the ASD All-Stars, which is a bunch of Dynasty guys, and some of the Gummy Bears, and then Impact and Sacramento Excessive playing in the Open division.
Yeah, looking forward to watching those guys play.
Yeah.
Oh, Kerrigan gets one in the face in the break, so Veteran Militia down one in the break. They shoot one as well, though, so 4-on-4 here, Matty. Both teams losing their first attackers. Snake side. Veteran Militia now attacking the Drew side, get to that tower. They're mirrored up over there.
Yeah, no one here aggressively pushing on the Snake side. 2 minutes left to go, and it's tied. So who's going to be the first to go? And it looks like both teams are going to be making a move at the same time. Up in the center for Veteran Militia. Classic going to go a little outside into D2, and then into D3 as well.
Good fill to the Snake corner and to the Snake as well for Classic. Classic now with 2 players on both tapes.
So better secondary moves to put themselves in some offensive spots.
I agree.
3 separate moves here for Classic, and King is going to be able to get a free crossfield kill. Beautiful job by King. You have to put pressure on the Snake. If you don't have a body in here, somebody has to be head checking this way.
Classic loses by 3-on-3, Matty. Yeah, I was going to say that earlier. I like that move up to the wing, but you're really vulnerable when that guy fills the Snake, and you have to assume he's going to fill it, right?
He does have a back player, but that means there's just, I believe...
There's 2-on-2 on this tape. Yeah, everybody's mirrored up, Matty.
Yeah, there is a body, I still believe, at the tower over there on the D side, so it's a 4-on-3
I think it's 3-on-3, Matty.
No, I think there's a body at the tower on the D side. I may be wrong.
Yeah, I think he moved into the Dorito and then was eliminated.
Okay.
I believe it's mirrored up 3-on-3 now. 4-4.
Just a minute left to go here, Rich.
Very, very tense for this early in the morning. King here in a good position for Classic. If he can get both of those guys in front of him to look inside, he can go get them both. Could come down. Oh, King gets caught in the upper over the top. One body advantage here for Veteran Militia.
Yeah, as we hit the 50-second mark here,
they gotta go.
Slight advantage here for Veteran Militia. Bravo, they're going to be losing a body over there too. So on the Snake side, here comes Veteran Militia. Classic though, blowing open that D side. See if Campos can get it done here.
Campos from Mob sees the guy going into his Doritos.
He's about to get run down.
Yeah, the guy, his mirror, here's his gun and gets him.
There's not much time left here as Parker trying to save the day. Parker has to worry about this back corner bunker here on the Snake side. 26 seconds left.
And she's tiny, so she can play that just fine.
Well, Parker needs to get out wide here, split the field. He's going to get a free kill on her pack. And that's going to do it. And I think Parker is going to have enough time to hit this buzzer and steal the game. He's going to make extra sure, though. Look at the clock. Okay, I got a couple seconds to work with. Let me give a little bit of a glance, make sure I'm clean, and then he hits the buzzer, so it looks like...
Good close from Parker.
Yeah, that was a really nice little close. Hey, what did we talk about earlier? We said on this field, the guys that come through second and third on the attacking positions, those 2s and those 3s as we call them, probably are going to be the guys deciding it because there's going to be so much chaos. The center, the 50 on the Snake and on that D side, lots of guys going to be dying out of it. So who is going to be making the correct decisions? And it was Parker here for Classic to take the win. So
good first match.
Yeah, it was a great first match. I like this field. It's not hot yet, so that's a blessing. We're here at Capital Edge Paintball Park.
That's a blessing.
A little outside of Sacramento, California. Matty Marshall with Rich Telford. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back, though. Division 3 X-Ball. Before we get to the Open, it's going to be Rude Boys and Rip City, Squad, Cartel Kids. Stick with us here, GoSports.com. We'll see you in just a few.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I remember my first tournament. That was a good one. We need a back and forth game like that. Yeah. We don't need no blowouts. Oh, what? Hey, let's shake hands when we get a chance over there.
The driving mission at Go Sports is to bring you the best paintball content and broadcast in the world, behind the scenes, in the pits, and on the field. To continue this mission, we're rolling out a renovated website platform across the board, with easier search functions and a more robust chat system for better interaction with your fellow fans. Dive farther into the game with a new integrated stats portal. Get your insight into the game anytime, anywhere, with an improved functionality across all mobile devices. Check it out now on Go Sports.
Yep.